Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Kilgore. I'm a registered holistic nutritionist and founder of the adrenalfatiguecode.com. Today I'm talking to you about this very frustrating combination of symptoms when perimenopause and adrenal fatigue crash into each other. And that creates mega stress, mega exhaustion, mega perimenopausal symptoms. And there is reason behind this. Our current go, go, go lifestyle is creating this clash of symptoms. Many, many women are dealing with it. And what we're going to talk about today is some of the reasons why they go together, but also some things that we can do to fix that. And they go together for a really interesting reason. Our adrenal glands are generally what produce, we think of only producing adrenaline and cortisol, our stress hormones. They come into play when we're in fight or flight. But a little known extra job they do is when our ovaries start shutting down, they transition and start producing just enough estrogen and just enough progesterone to ease us through this change of life so we barely notice it. All of you women who are in menopause who are like, I didn't have any symptoms, that's fantastic. That's a sign that your adrenals were so happy and healthy and you've taken care of yourself for those first 45, 50 years. This is why 2 generations ago, the word perimenopause and menopausal symptoms were barely a part of our lexicon, whereas today, it's almost ubiquitous. Almost all of us are getting these symptoms. And the reason is that most of the time, by the time we get into our mid-40s, our adrenals are already exhausted. We walk into this time of life in adrenal fatigue, adrenal insufficiency. And so our adrenals are like, excuse me, I so can't do another job. And so they're not producing that estrogen and progesterone that's necessary. Another reason why this is a harder time for adrenals and hormonally we're having a harder time balancing is that there's a cortisol connection with 2 very important hormones, progesterone and DHEA. Progesterone is a very important hormone in our monthly cycle. It comes out usually at the end, the last week of our cycle. Our progesterone is high and our estrogen is low. And it's a very important part of gestation where you get progesterone. And low levels of progesterone is also really common today in this day and age, and one of the possible causes of some of the infertility that's happening. There's so many other inputs. This is just one little one. I don't mean to diminish how big of a deal fertility problems can be and how hard they can be to find the underlying cause, because there are many, many, many reasons. This cortisol progesterone is one of them. And the reason is that cortisol, our stress hormone, and progesterone share the same precursor. And our adrenals play a role in deciding, does this precursor turn into cortisol or does it turn into progesterone? And if we're under a lot of stress, we'll produce more cortisol than progesterone. And this is one of the possibilities of why low progesterone is happening right now. The other hormone that has a cortisol connection is DHEA, and DHEA plays 2 roles. In women's bodies, it is a precursor to testosterone, and testosterone plays a role in our bodies. We just have less than men, and it also plays a role in our immune system. It helps modulate our immune system. So when we're under stress, we still have the ability to fight off illnesses. Cortisol and DHEA play inversely against each other. So if cortisol is high, DHEA is low, and DHEA, if it's high, usually cortisol is low. And so low levels of DHEA are robbing us of our libido. It's causing our immune system to be a bit low, and so we have colds and flus more often, and it's just a sign that our cortisol levels are too high. Healing from this is absolutely possible. I do find that perimenopausal symptoms, if you walk in with adrenal fatigue, they can be harder to balance, but we can get rid of some of the fatigue symptoms, that absolute exhaustion that just makes this so much harder. And one of the simplest ways and the hardest way to help our adrenals heal is through rest and relaxation, going to bed before 10 p.m., saying no whenever you can, taking some downtime, and that can really help your adrenals heal. I'm going to be sharing tons more tips on how to heal from adrenal fatigue. So stay tuned on this site, Lisa Kilgore Nutritionist, as well. If you want to see how your adrenals are doing, take my short quiz at adrenalfatiguecode.com. I'll put a link over here in the comments, and let me know where you're at. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a note in the comments, send me an email. Adrenalfatiguecode.com is where you'll find the quiz, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.